They really thought this was smart. SNL keeps proving that comedy isn't their priority anymore. If it weren't for Trump, they might have faded into irrelevance by now. Their 50th anniversary episode was supposed to be a big celebration. I was very excited, but instead gave us one of the weirdest moments in recent memory. Tom Hanks did something so bizarre that even longtime fans are cringing, and the backlash is piling up. So today we're covering exactly what went down, why it's backfiring in a big way, and how people are reacting to this train wreck of a comedy show. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
Now, speaking of church, can I say something? If more folks went to church, we wouldn't be in this mess we're in now.
You know what? I agree with you, Doug. I'd like to shake your hand, sir. Here we go.
No,
oh, no.
Like that.
Oh, no, it's just a handshake. Yeah, it's just a handshake. Yeah, all right. You're welcome at Black Jeopardy anytime.
All right. Well, thank you, my brother. Maybe I'll start a show for you to come on, and we'll call it What Jeopardy?
No. We don't need it. We don't need it. Slow it down a little bit, Doug.
Now, I don't know why anyone who participated in the making of the show thought this was funny in the first place. Perhaps they were operating on life is like a box of chocolates reasoning, and it's the first time that they've done it either. You see, back in 2016, the exact same joke was played out as well, so here's a clip of it.
You know, I gotta tell you, I love those movies. I bought a box set at Walmart, and if I can laugh and pray in 90 minutes, that is money well spent.
Oh, you know what, sir? I really appreciate you saying that. I like that. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
And the good thing is that people in the audience have realized how wrong this is and didn't laugh hysterically as they did 8 years ago. This is a direct insult to farmers, truckers, factory workers, and just regular Southern men in particular, and the broader Trump voter base in general. This skit used to be pretty well done, but it's just like they're stuck in 2016, throwing out the same tired jabs and expecting a laugh. It doesn't work anymore. These people aren't just punchlines, they're real hardworking American people. And people on X were having none of it, where one user posted, quote, after a landslide election, the left, SNL, and Tom Hanks believe the best idea? Well, it's to portray Trump supporters as ignorant bigots. Are they not aware that this is the behavior that cost them the election in the first place? Scott Jennings also shared a similar sentiment, and he said, quote, add another chapter to the book. Why we may never lose again. Unbelievably offensive, they've learned nothing. And here's to hoping it stays that way. One lady posted a picture of herself in a MAGA hat, and her caption read, quote, not all MAGA hat wearing patriots are white. In fact, most racism comes from the elite Democrats, you a-hole. Exactly. I'm sure we've all seen clips of MSNBC's hosts shamelessly blaming every racial and ethnic group for Kamala's loss, and Tom's skit serves as additional proof how the left is thinking about this. The best comment came from Link Lauren, and he said, quote, this show wonders why their ratings are in the gutter. Trump won the popular vote. This tired trope that MAGA's racist is disgusting. SNL is an unfunny show for snobbish liberal elites. The current Republican Party is a big tent coalition compromised of many former Democrats. Good riddance, SNL. I want to put what he said into numbers. The 50th anniversary special got around 15 million viewers, and NBC reported the show becoming the network's most social entertainment telecast in 2 years, as well as being the most social SNL episode ever. I'm sure they're not realizing most of the comments are from people criticizing that Tom Hanks bit. In comparison, the 40th anniversary special got around 23 million viewers. I know a lot has changed since then, but they basically alienated a bunch of Trump supporters over time, and today the show is a shell of its former self. Megyn Kelly also gave her 2 cents on the controversy, and needless to say, she didn't hold back.
In thanks to a nation, of audiences that included those guys who look like that, with the t-shirt, without the sleeves, that are maybe a little rough around the edges, who aren't as coiffed as he is with the perfect 3/4 zip, sweater, with their MAGA hat on. And yeah, Tom Hanks, their Southern rural accent, you absolute effing snob, went to your movies and made you a billionaire. And your thanks to them is to mock and belittle them in the 2 minutes you had to portray what they might be like. Shame on you.
That's spot on. Tom and his Hollywood friends don't seem to realize the impact of comments like these. This is not just a joke, it's basically alienating a large portion of his audience. I'm not the joke police, and if you ever watched our channel, we're all for freedom of speech and comedy. Having said that, this was nothing but a terrible jab made in bad faith. The group he's specifically referencing doesn't need to be talked down to like that, and they certainly don't need to be used as the punchline of some out-of-touch celebrity's poorly thought-out attempt at humor. At least make it funny if you're going to make fun of them. The View also talked about this incident. Even Joy Behar was against it, but her take was, as always, questionable.
But the fact remains that they're making anyone who voted for Trump look like a racist, and that's why they're mad.
Well, my biggest issue with this...
And I personally would never do that, because I don't believe that any group is one thing. A lot of these people, in my opinion, have been misled. They thought that grocery prices would come down. They're up. They thought inflation was coming down. It's up. They thought that Medicaid was safe. It's not. They thought Social Security was safe. It's not. So it's not only racism that caused Trump to be in office. We have to remember that. So of course they're going to be insulted.
So she's against the generalization that Trump supporters are racist, but is totally fine with describing some of them as such. Now, we don't know the exact percentage though, so if she could be kind and give us a rough estimate in the future, just to clarify for the rest of us plebeians, she could even bring in a few charts or graphs, really make it a scientific breakdown. After all, she's all about avoiding those very same generalizations, but seems perfectly comfortable dishing them out when it suits her. If she'd just be a little more consistent, maybe people would take her anti-generalization stance a little bit more seriously. The racist-in-chief, Sunny Hostin, also joined the conversation, and her mental gymnastics, as always, out of this world.
I think it's a very subversive sketch, in fact. It's about Black culture being American culture. And so when you have the regular Jeopardy, it's basically the white Jeopardy. That already exists, because I've been on it and lost.
And never lets us forget it.
And so this in 2018, you had Chadwick Boseman on, and the fact that he refused to shake the host's hand, that has happened before. Do you remember when the senator refused, the senator's husband that was being...
refused to shake Kamala.
Sworn in, he refused to shake her hand. So I felt that it was very subversive. I felt that it was a sort of a callback to that.
Imagine trying to justify what Hanks did to an incident where an elderly man holding a cane in one hand and the Bible in the other refusing to acknowledge Kamala's presence. How was he supposed to shake her hand with both hands full? Even the New York Times did an article on it and included a picture from a different angle that proves what I just said. But this is Sunny that we're talking about. Expecting common sense from her is like expecting Hollywood to stop lecturing us about morality while living in their own bubble of privilege and, let's just say, not necessarily morality. Now, it's not going to happen. And overall, this whole Tom Hanks fiasco is just more proof that the left's obsession with calling everyone who disagrees with them a racist is nothing but pure projection. I'd love to know your thoughts here, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And please share the video with your friends if you think they will enjoy it like you just did. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.